What's up, guys? It's the random dude, and now it's time to introduce you all to all of the competing robots in KDYN WARs. In Heat A, we have Last Rice vs. 4, Interna XL vs. Tsunami, Canada Dispatch vs. Theater, and Punk vs. Raging Scotsman. In Heat B, we have Typhoon 2 vs. Weird Malice, Cerberus vs. Exterminator 2, Nuts vs. Spanky, and Electric Boogaloo vs. Shiny. In Heat C, we have Swarm vs. Tomahawk, The Hunter vs. Firegoss Micro, Sewer Snake vs. Manta US, and Corkscrew vs. Minor Tom. In Heat D, we have Infection vs. Mr. Nasty, The Revolutionists vs. Tough Nails, Mr. Mango vs. Big Nipper, and Death of Care vs. Tornado. In Heat E, we have Dorsal Krager vs. 7200, Scorpion vs. Cassius Free, Brutus vs. Tyrant, and Terra vs. Richie. In Heat F, we have Shield Bencher vs. Apex, Explosion 2 vs. Mantis, Black Hole vs. 360, and Solid Tosser vs. TX19. Heat G, we have Iron 2.1 vs. Great Plugin, Megabyte vs. Mega Mouse, Flow vs. Suitcase Nuke, and Suicidal Tendencies vs. User's Dream. In Heat H, we have Disseminator vs. Two Raider, Sabrian vs. Hatchet, KB vs. Kaiser, and Candle vs. Trigo. Heat I, we have Bakuri vs. Rip, 13 Black vs. Eruption, Archive Meshes vs. Hypnotis, and Eric vs. Mute. And last but not least, in Heat J, we have Gabriel vs. DC Evo, Tanto vs. Hysteria 2, Ramoff vs. Splinter, and M2 vs. Plunderer 5. That is all the fights we have in KDYN WARs.